It's almost here. Something truly significant is unfolding in the cosmos, and it's time you were in on the secret. Have you felt it? That subtle shift in the air, that almost imperceptible hum of change. If you're feeling a little off-kilter, a little more sensitive, or perhaps even strangely energized, and then suddenly drained, type "feeling the shift" in the comments right now. I want to know if you're tuning in to this powerful cosmic wave, because what many are missing, what's slipping under the radar for the masses, is a potent solar eclipse on March 29th. Yes, my friends, while the world was collectively buzzing about the grand lunar eclipse not too long ago, this solar event is quietly, yet powerfully, creeping upon us. And don't let the lack of mainstream chatter fool you for even a second. In the realm of cosmic energies, sometimes the whispers are far more potent than the shouts. Think of it like this: the lunar eclipse was the grand, dramatic performance under the spotlight, captivating everyone with its visible spectacle. But this solar eclipse? This is the behind-the-scenes power move, the quiet restructuring of energies that sets the stage for profound transformations. It's the cosmic reset button, recalibrating things on a deeper, more personal level. Are you ready to understand why this eclipse, though less overtly flashy, might be even more impactful for you, for your inner world, for your very trajectory? Now, here's a crucial point, and listen closely, beautiful souls. Eclipse energy doesn't just flick on like a light switch on the day itself. Oh no, it's a gradual build-up, a crescendo of cosmic influence that starts to make its presence known well before the peak moment. And guess what? We're already in that energetic wave. If you're spiritually attuned, if you're sensitive to the subtle currents of the universe, you're likely already feeling the ripples of this incoming solar eclipse. Tell me in the comments, what sensations have you noticed lately? Have you felt a shift in your mood, your energy levels, your dreams? It's fascinating, isn't it? How these celestial events can cast such a long shadow, even before they fully manifest in our skies. And this particular eclipse, occurring so closely after the lunar eclipse, isn't just a random occurrence. 2 eclipses in such quick succession? That's a cosmic exclamation point, a bold signal from the universe that something significant is shifting, not just for you individually, but on a deep, collective level. It's like the universe is saying, "Wake up, pay attention, a major chapter is turning." Do you feel that sense of collective shift? Share your thoughts below. And if you've had a particular thought, an idea, a worry, or even a dream looping in your mind lately, pay very close attention. Because the universe is trying to get your attention. This persistent thought isn't just random mental noise. It's a spotlight, illuminating something crucial that needs your focus right now, especially in the lead-up to this potent eclipse. What's that thought that keeps resurfacing for you? Don't dismiss it. It's a breadcrumb on your path. Now let's dive deeper into how this eclipse energy is already affecting you, perhaps in ways you haven't even consciously registered. Think of it as a cosmic jet lag, as the original transcript so aptly described it. It's a peculiar blend of sensations. One moment you might feel inexplicably exhausted, utterly drained, like your batteries are running on empty. And then, bam! A sudden surge of energy hits you, a burst of inspiration, a feeling of being wired and ready to conquer the world, only for that energy to dissipate just as quickly, leaving you feeling depleted once more. Sound familiar? Let me know if you've been on this energetic roller coaster. But it goes beyond just energy fluctuations, doesn't it? Perhaps you've experienced random memory glitches, those fleeting moments where you can't quite grasp a word or a name, or you walk into a room and completely forget why you went there. Or maybe your dreamscape has become incredibly vivid, almost hyper-real, filled with symbolic imagery and messages that feel deeply significant. And déjà vu? That uncanny sense of having lived a moment before, even though you know logically it's new? These are all whispers of the eclipse energy, subtly nudging your consciousness, stirring things beneath the surface. These are just the initial, more surface-level manifestations. But trust me, there's a deeper current flowing here, and it's essential to understand what's really going on before this eclipse fully unfolds. Because here's the part that often gets missed, the crucial insight that many overlook. Right before an eclipse, there's one thing you absolutely, positively should not be doing. And sadly, many people are making this very mistake right now, unknowingly working against the powerful energies at play. Everyone, it seems, is talking about manifesting during cosmic events. Eclipse season, time to manifest your dreams, set your intentions, visualize your desires. And while there's absolutely a time and place for manifestation, especially during powerful cosmic alignments, right now, beautiful souls, the universe is urging you to do something quite different. Right now, it's time to delete, not just desire. It's time to release before you reach. Think of it like preparing fertile ground for planting. You wouldn't just scatter seeds on weed-choked, overgrown soil and expect a bountiful harvest, would you? No. First, you need to clear the land, remove the weeds, till the soil, and create a clean, receptive space for new growth. This eclipse isn't just about what you want to attract. It's fundamentally about what you need to let go of. If there's something in your life that feels heavy, that drains your precious energy, that keeps you trapped in repetitive cycles, this eclipse is your cosmic invitation. No, your cosmic command to cut the cord, to release what no longer serves your highest good. And if the very thought of letting go brings up a twinge of fear, a flicker of resistance, well, that's actually a good sign. It means your intuition is already whispering the truth. You know exactly what needs to go. So be honest with yourself, inner circle. What are you holding on to that's weighing you down? Is it a job that sucks the life out of you? A relationship that's become toxic or stagnant? A limiting belief that keeps you feeling small and incapable? A bad habit that sabotages your well-being? We often convince ourselves we're powerless to change these things, that we just have to deal with it, that it's just life. But I'm here to tell you, with absolute conviction, no, you don't. Please, beautiful souls, do this for yourself. If you've been yearning for a sign, waiting for a cosmic nudge to finally walk away from what diminishes you, this eclipse energy is it. This is your resounding universe-sized sign. And here's a truly empowering secret. You don't owe anyone an explanation. In fact, during this potent time, it's often best to keep your intentions, your shifts, your departures, quiet. Not everyone is meant to witness your transformation, your leap of faith. There's a profound magic in silence, especially within this eclipse window. If you're on the verge of making a change, whether it's a monumental life shift or a subtle but significant personal adjustment, resist the urge to announce it to the world, to post it on social media, to even casually mention it to those who might not truly understand your journey. Right now, privacy is power, and the more sacred, the more soul-deep your shift, the more it needs to unfold away from prying eyes, from external energies that might dilute or distort its purity. Here's the crucial reason why. Eclipse energy doesn't just amplify your actions, it also amplifies external projections. The moment you share your next move, your nascent intention, with someone else, they inevitably bring their own energy field into the equation. Their fears, their doubts, their limitations, their own unfulfilled dreams projected onto your path. Suddenly, your clean, focused energy becomes tangled in their frequency. Some people simply won't get it. They'll question your choices, plant seeds of doubt, or inadvertently project their own anxieties onto your blossoming vision. And some, without even realizing it, will cast shadows over something that was just beginning to bloom, unknowingly dimming your light with their well-intentioned but ultimately unhelpful perspectives. But here's what most people fail to grasp. The quietest moves often make the loudest impact. The most powerful transformations don't announce themselves with fanfare. They unfold in silence, in the fertile darkness, until they become undeniable, radiating their strength from within. Think of a seed buried in the earth. You don't need to shout at it, to grow, to constantly check on it, to broadcast its progress. You simply plant it, water it, nurture it, and protect it in the quiet darkness. And eventually, in its own perfect timing, it breaks through the surface, stronger, more resilient, precisely because it was left undisturbed, allowed to develop its roots in peace. The universe hears silence. It respects secrecy. And right now, beautiful souls, the moves you make in private, the intentions you hold close to your heart, will resonate far louder, far more powerfully than anything you shout from the rooftops. So, if your soul is whispering, shifting, urging you towards a new direction, listen. If a door is opening in your inner world, walk through it with courage and conviction. But keep it sacred. Protect its nascent energy. Because if you resist this call to slow down, to reflect, to release, the eclipse energy itself might just force you to. Solar eclipses carry a potent fire energy, but it's not the kind that invigorates and energizes you in a sustained way. It's a fire that exposes hidden pressure points, the stresses you've been pretending don't exist, the unsustainable patterns you've been clinging to. It's a fire that melts away what's no longer serving your growth. And if you've been pushing too hard, ignoring your own inner warning signs, running on fumes, this eclipse will hit you like a wave you didn't see coming. You might already be feeling the initial tremors, that strange, unshakable exhaustion that no amount of sleep seems to fix. Emotional waves that surge seemingly out of nowhere, leaving you feeling inexplicably tearful or irritable. A pervasive sense that your entire system is overloaded, mentally, physically, spiritually. This isn't just ordinary stress, beautiful souls, it's a signal. The eclipse is acting like a cosmic magnifying glass, highlighting every area where you've overextended yourself, stretched too thin, stayed too long in situations that deplete you. It's showing you precisely where the burnout began, so you can finally, decisively stop trying to outrun it. But here's the incredible, empowering news. If you choose to slow down now, even just incrementally, even just for a few precious moments each day, you won't crash. Instead, you'll shift. Because this eclipse isn't here to punish you, to tear you down. It's here to clear space, to create room for something new, something more aligned, something truly magnificent to emerge in your life. But it will clear that space the hard way, through breakdowns, through exhaustion, through forced pauses, if you resist its gentle nudges. So, Take the hint early, my friends. Make conscious time to rest, to unplug from the digital noise, to let the external demands fall away, even if just for short intervals. Not because you're lazy or weak, not because you're giving up, but because stillness, quietude is precisely what this powerful eclipse energy responds to. That pause you've been avoiding, that moment of solitude you've been postponing, that's where the real clarity awaits you. Eclipses aren't about relentless productivity, about grinding harder and faster. They are profoundly about alignment. And those who consciously honor the stillness before March 29th, those who intentionally create space for reflection and release, they will be the ones who emerge from this eclipse with more power, more clarity, more centeredness than they had going in. You don't need to keep pushing, striving, forcing. You need to breathe, to reset your energetic system, and to make space, both internally and externally, for what the universe is trying to gently, lovingly bring into your awareness. Because when the eclipse passes, you'll want to be ready to receive, to step forward into new opportunities, not still exhausted, depleted, and recovering from burnout. Remember that thought that keeps looping in your mind? The one I asked you to pay attention to at the beginning? This is where it becomes profoundly relevant. In these final days leading up to the eclipse, your mind might become fixated on one specific thing: a nagging decision, a resurfacing memory, a tantalizing possibility, a persistent worry. No matter how hard you try to distract yourself, to push it away, it keeps surfacing, sometimes quietly, sometimes with an almost urgent insistence, like a whisper that refuses to be silenced. This isn't random beautiful souls, and it's definitely not just overthinking. What you're experiencing is a signal, a potent inner alert system from your soul, signaling that something deeply important needs your conscious attention. It might be an unresolved issue from the past, something you've been consciously or unconsciously avoiding. Or it might be, incredibly, the very thing that's about to shift everything for you, the key to your next level of growth and abundance. During eclipse windows, true clarity doesn't always arrive as a sudden, blinding flash of insight. Often, it begins as a subtle mental echo, a single thought that repeats not to annoy you, but to gently, persistently prepare you, to bring something hidden into the illuminating light of your awareness. And the more insistent, the more persistent that thought becomes, the more crucial it is that you finally, courageously look it directly in the eye. What is that thought really trying to show you? What message is it attempting to convey? The answer won't come from pushing it away, from distracting yourself with external noise. It will emerge from sitting with it, observing it with gentle curiosity, allowing it to unfold like a delicate flower, revealing its hidden wisdom petal by petal. Because behind that persistent thought, beneath the surface agitation, lies a profound insight waiting to be seen, waiting to be integrated into your conscious understanding. And when the eclipse energy peaks, that seemingly simple insight could unlock something truly transformative, something you didn't even realize was waiting just beneath the surface, ready to be activated. During a solar eclipse, the dramatic shift in light isn't just a breathtaking cosmic spectacle for us to witness in the sky. It's a spiritual ripple, a profound, energetic shift that permeates our very being. That sudden, temporary dimming of the sun, that brief moment of twilight in the daytime, it doesn't just affect the sky. It deeply affects you, your aura, your energetic boundaries, your very sense of self. Your energetic field becomes more permeable, more receptive, more sensitive during this time, whether you consciously realize it or not. This isn't meant to evoke fear, my friends. It's about cultivating awareness, about understanding the energetic dynamics at play so you can navigate them with intention and grace. Because during these eclipse moments, the veil between worlds thins, becomes more porous, more easily traversed. And when that happens, everything gets amplified. Everything becomes louder, more intense, more readily felt. Not just your own emotions, but the swirling emotions of those around you. People's unspoken feelings, their underlying anxieties, their hidden resentments. Unresolved energy lingering in shared spaces, your home, your workplace, even public areas. Even collective emotions, collective fear, collective grief, collective confusion can become more palpable, more readily absorbed into your energetic field. You might suddenly find yourself feeling inexplicably drained for no discernible reason, snapping at loved ones with uncharacteristic irritability, or carrying an emotional weight that doesn't even feel like it originated from you. And yes, it's not just people. Eclipse energy can also amplify the presence of unseen influences, subtle energetic entities that are always around us, not necessarily negative or evil as some might fear, but simply active, present, more easily felt, more readily sensed when the energetic veil is thin. And if you're already energetically sensitive, empathic, this shift can hit you like a wave, subtle yet profoundly heavy, like trying to wade through molasses. This is precisely why consciously shielding your energy becomes absolutely non-negotiable right now. And no, shielding your energy doesn't require elaborate rituals, expensive crystals, or fancy spiritual tools. You don't need to burn incense, chant mantras for hours, or brew moon water under the eclipse. What you truly need, what offers the most potent protection, is conscious space. Choose wisely where you go. Beautiful souls, choose intentionally who you spend your precious time with. Choose mindfully what you allow to enter your mental and emotional field, what you read, what you watch, what conversations you engage in. Go quiet. Create moments of profound stillness where you aren't actively absorbing anything from the outside world. That conscious space, that intentional stillness, is your most powerful protection. That's your energetic cleanse. Because if you don't consciously create this protective space, you'll inevitably start picking up everything: the anxieties of the news cycle, the unresolved emotions of those around you, the collective unease swirling in the atmosphere. And by the time the eclipse peaks, you won't even be able to discern which feelings are authentically yours and which are simply borrowed, absorbed, energetically imprinted from the surrounding environment. You don't need to be afraid, but you absolutely need to be intentional. This isn't just about avoiding energy vampires or consciously negative people. It's about actively choosing alignment over noise, prioritizing privacy over performance, and reclaiming your energetic sovereignty amidst the surrounding chaos. And the answers you're seeking, the insights you're yearning for, might already be gently, subtly revealing themselves in your dreams. Something truly fascinating happens in the nights leading up to a solar eclipse. Sleep often feels heavier, deeper, more profound. The silence surrounding you, even in the midst of city noise, feels amplified, more resonant. And when you awaken, your dreams don't simply fade into the mists of morning. They linger, vividly present, almost tangible, as if they're urgently trying to tell you something. And they are. During an eclipse window, the subconscious mind becomes extraordinarily active, like a powerful underground river surging to the surface. It pulls things from deep within the recesses of your psyche, buried fears you've long suppressed, unacknowledged desires you haven't dared to admit, memories you thought were long gone, relegated to the distant past. And it presents these subconscious contents in symbolic form, in the rich, evocative language of dreams. And for some, these dreams feel more real, more impactful, more emotionally charged than waking life. You might experience chaotic dream scenarios, shadowy figures lurking in the background, or even vivid encounters with people from your past you haven't consciously thought about in years. It might feel confusing, unsettling, even slightly disturbing. But it's crucial to understand, this isn't a premonition of something bad coming. It's a purge, a deep, energetic cleansing. These aren't just random, meaningless dream sequences. They're your energetic system releasing what you've held onto for far too long. Unprocessed emotions, unresolved traumas, lingering anxieties. They're your soul attempting to communicate with you in the only language that can bypass the filters of logic and the distractions of the conscious mind, the potent, symbolic language of dreams and emotions. Some dreams will directly point to something unresolved in your waking life, a conflict, a relationship issue, a neglected aspect of yourself. Others might, incredibly, bring you face to face with a potential future timeline, not in a literal, predictive sense, but in a symbolic, energetically potent way. And if you're noticing recurring patterns, specific themes, or recurring symbols across multiple nights of dreaming, that's not mere coincidence. That's cosmic precision, the universe using the dreamscape to deliver a targeted message directly to your subconscious. And here's the aspect most people completely overlook. Your dreams right now, in this pre-eclipse window, might hold the very answer to something you've been consciously trying to figure out for months, perhaps even years. Not because dreams magically predict the future in a linear sense, but because they reveal what your conscious, rational mind has been too distracted, too overwhelmed, too defended to truly hear. So, beautiful souls, please don't ignore your dreams right now. Keep a dream journal by your bedside. Write them down as soon as you wake up, even if they seem fragmented or nonsensical at first. Revisit them later in the day, or in the days following the eclipse, because what doesn't make immediate sense today, what seems like a jumble of symbolic imagery now, might suddenly click into profound clarity after the eclipse energy has peaked and begun to integrate. This is a moment where the veil lifts, not just between you and the vastness of the universe, but even more intimately, between you and the deepest layers of your own self. And that quiet message hiding in your dream, that symbolic whisper from your subconscious, it might just be the very thing that shifts everything, the key to unlocking your next level of abundance and fulfillment. But a word of caution, inner circle, of vital discernment to cultivate right now. If something feels intensely urgent, overwhelmingly compelling, like a now or never ultimatum, it's probably a trap. Right now, reality is subtly bending, shifting, becoming more fluid. What feels like an undeniable sign from the universe, a crystal clear message from your intuition, might just be eclipse static, a temporary distortion in the energetic field, a mirage shimmering in the heightened energetic atmosphere. Not everything is as it seems under eclipse energy. People often make the biggest mistakes of their lives during eclipse windows, precisely because of this heightened emotional intensity and perceived urgency. They act on impulse, convinced they're seeing the absolute truth, finally understanding everything with sudden clarity, only to wake up weeks or months later after the eclipse energies have subsided, realizing they moved from a place of heightened emotion, not from genuine, grounded clarity. The eclipse will undoubtedly stir something deep within you, a powerful craving, an irresistible pull, a sudden, overwhelming certainty that this is the moment, that now is the time. But pause, breathe, discern. Because the eclipse isn't necessarily revealing truth in a straightforward, objective sense. It's often revealing shadows, bringing to the surface everything you've buried, everything unresolved, everything only half-healed, everything you've been unconsciously avoiding. And if you make a major life choice in the midst of that energetic chaos, you risk choosing from a place of temporary confusion, not from authentic, aligned clarity. The challenge is, beautiful souls, everyone is feeling this heightened intensity right now. That's the illusion of eclipse energy. It magnifies existing feelings, intensifies desires, amplifies anxieties, and makes everything feel like a life or death, make or break moment. When in reality, it's simply a temporary, albeit potent, energetic shift. The universe, in its own way, is gently, and sometimes not so gently, pressing on your wounds, exposing the rawest parts of you, pulling out buried emotions you thought you had already dealt with years ago. So yes, absolutely, take action during this eclipse window. But the truly major, life-altering decisions, the ones that would profoundly impact your trajectory, like quitting a stable job, ending a long-term relationship, making massive financial investments, perhaps hold on to those for just a bit longer. Allow the eclipse energies to peak and then gently recede, because under the influence of eclipse energy, true, grounded clarity can be subtly distorted, clouded by heightened emotions and amplified anxieties. And if it's truly meant for you, if it's aligned with your highest path, that opportunity, that insight, that direction will still be vibrantly, powerfully present a few days or even a week or two after the eclipse has passed. Trust in the timing of the universe and trust in your own inner knowing to guide you when the energetic dust has settled. And now, if you're still with me, if you've journeyed with me through these insights about the upcoming solar eclipse, I want to express my deepest gratitude for your precious attention, for your willingness to explore these inner secrets with me. If this content resonated with you, if it sparked a sense of recognition or offered a valuable perspective, please consider clicking that subscribe button and joining our growing inner circle. Your support truly fuels this channel and allows me to continue bringing you these empowering cosmic updates. Feel free to share your own experiences, your reflections, or any thoughts that have arisen for you in the comments below. I deeply value your engagement and our shared journey of self-discovery. Until our paths cross again, beautiful souls, take exquisite care of your energy, honor the stillness within, and remember, you are always infinitely connected to the wisdom of the cosmos. And for more empowering insights, don't forget to subscribe to The Inner Secrets.